Hi, everybody. This is Ellie Sheva Presser. I hope you all had a good Shabbos, good Vach. So today, I apologize for not doing a video last night of Kashrut in the kitchen or the halachos of pregnancy and childbirth. I got sick on Friday and had to go to the hospital. So as a result, I was sleep most of the day yesterday, and I went to sleep very early, so I couldn't do a video. So I'm doing a video now. So today we're going to be starting a new section of Kashrut in the kitchen. It's the section we're going to be doing is called Appliances, Cookware, and Utensils. Chapter 8, Ovens and Microwaves. Ovens. To use an oven for both meat and dairy, the following three issues must be taken into consideration. The presence of steam from the food residue on the oven, and the oven racks themselves. Steam. When liquids are heated, they vaporize and produce steam. This steam retains the halachic status of the liquid from which it emanates, i.e., meat, dairy, or parv. Thus, when one bakes or roasts meat, the juices from the food generate steam, which may be absorbed into the oven walls. When one subsequently bakes dairy, the dairy steam may mix with the meat taste in the oven and then penetrate the dairy food. Food residue. When food splatters onto oven walls or floors, its taste penetrates these surfaces. When one subsequently bakes or roasts food of the opposite type, its steam may mingle with the taste of the previous food, then penetrate the current food. Oven racks. If one cooks meat in the oven, some authorities prohibit subsequently cooking dairy food on the same rack because meat might have spilled on the rack, which the dairy now cooking in the oven will then absorb, even through the utensil it is in. Baking parve food. Question 1. In what kind of oven should parve food be baked? Answer. If one does not intend to eat the food with meat or dairy, he may use either a meat or dairy oven. However, if he intends to eat it with only one type of food, he should use the oven reserved for that type of food. Question 2. If food was baked in a meat or dairy oven, may this food be eaten with dairy or meat? Answer. The food may be eaten with the opposite type, even if the oven was a ben yomo. Question 3. What if one has only one oven, which he uses for meat, and he wants to bake parve food and eat it with dairy? Answer. The food may be baked in the meat oven. However, if possible, it would be best to cover the food while baking it or clean the oven of any meat splatters, and then it may be used for parve foods that will be eaten with dairy. Question 4. If one ate parve food baked simultaneously with meat, must he wait 6 hours before eating dairy? Answer, yes. Using only one oven. Question 5. What is the halacha if one has only one oven for both meat and dairy? Answer. Since it is expensive to own separate ovens, or there may not be kitchen space for more than one, the same oven may be used for both meat and dairy, provided that one always covers one type of food. Example, dairy. The food must be covered well enough that no steam will escape and must remain covered throughout the baking, lest the food be affected by any taste previously absorbed by the oven. Question 6. What if one wishes to bake both types of food uncovered? Answer. The oven must be koshered between types of food. Question 7. How does one kosher an oven? Answer. Part 1. Clean the oven well, removing any splatters. Part 2. If possible, it is best to wait 24 hours from its last use. Part 3. Heat the oven to a high temperature for approximately a half hour. Some authorities discourage the koshering of ovens. Nevertheless, common customs follows the procedure described above. Question 8. May one repeatedly kosher an oven back and forth between meat and dairy? Answer. Yes. However, some contend that one should use the oven mainly for one type of food, koshering it only occasionally for use with the opposite type. Question 9. What if one mistakenly baked uncovered meat and dairy in the same oven, one after the other? Answer. A Rav should be consulted. Oven racks. One should designate separate racks for meat and dairy, making them in a way that will not be erased during baking or cleaning. Question 10. May one bake part of food directly on a clean rack used for dairy or meat in the last 24 hours? Answer. If one's intention is to eat this food with the opposite type, it should be avoided if possible. Question 11. What if one baked part of food on such a rack? Answer. The food may be eaten with meat or dairy. Question 12. What if the rack has not been used in the last 24 hours? Answer. One may bake part of food directly on this rack, even if he intends to eat it with the opposite type. Question 13. What if one baked dairy directly on a clean meat rack? Answer. If the rack was not a ben yomo, the food may be eaten and the rack should be koshered. If the rack was a ben yomo, a Rav must be consulted. Double ovens. Question 14. If one has a double oven, maybe he use one compartment for meat and the other for dairy? Answer. It depends on how separate the compartments and their vents are. Therefore, a Rav should be consulted, preferably before purchasing the oven. If the compartments are indeed separate enough, some recommend using the top oven for meat, since meat tends to produce more steam than dairy, and steam rises. Question 15. Assuming the compartments are sufficiently separate, may one use both simultaneously, one for meat and the other for dairy? Yes, because neither will transfer taste to the other. Self-cleaning ovens. Question 16. May a self-cleaning oven be used for both meat and dairy? Answer. The intense heat of a self-cleaning is equivalent to the libun method of koshering. Thus, one may use such an oven for both meat and dairy by self-cleaning it between meat and dairy uses. An oven may be koshered by self-cleaning even without waiting 24 hours between uses. Self-cleaning also koshers any racks placed in the oven during the process, even dirty ones. Toaster ovens. Question 17. May a toaster oven be used for both meat and dairy? Answer. Preferably not. Steam is more concentrated in a toaster oven than in a full-size oven, so taste is more likely to be absorbed. Furthermore, a toaster oven is generally used with uncovered foods. Therefore, one should designate it for either meat or dairy or parav. If necessary, one may bake parav foods in a clean dairy or meat toaster, oven, even if he intends to eat them with meat or dairy. Question 18. Is there any way a toaster oven may be used for both? Answer. Yes, under the following conditions. The foods are covered well enough that no steam can escape. The pots and covers are dry and clean on the outside. The racks or trays are covered or dry and clean. Tariff ovens. Question 19. If one is staying in a non-kosher hotel or apartment, may he use the oven to heat up food? Answer. Yes. It is sufficient to wrap aluminum foil completely around the container twice, lest steam escape from the wrapping, mingle with the tariff taste embedded in the oven walls, and then re-enter the food. One should also be aware not to set down hot, wet lids or utensils on the non-kosher surface. Question 20. Can a tray oven be koshered? Answer. According to some authorities, such an oven cannot be koshered. However, In a case of dire need, one may rely on the lenient opinions and kosher the oven. A Rav should be consulted regarding how to kosher the oven and racks. Microwaves. Question 21. May a microwave be used for both meat and dairy? Answer. A microwave differs from a regular oven as follows. Microwaves heat only the food and not the area surrounding it, which is heated by the food itself. Microwaves are usually small and lack ventilation. Steam may therefore condense on the roof of the microwave and drip down during the subsequent use. Even dry food steams when cooked in a microwave. Splattering is more frequent. Behind the microwave vent is a fan. Food particles collect on the blades of this fan, and subsequently their taste may be absorbed into food of the opposite type. Question 22. What if one has only one microwave? Answer. One may use it for both meat and dairy if he always covers one type of food, example, dairy. The covering must remain in place throughout the baking, lest the food be affected by any taste previously absorbed by the oven. One should not uncover the food to check if it is cooked, as steam will escape. Some authorities recommend double wrapping. Question 23. Are separate trays recommended for meat and dairy? Answer. Since the tray is made out of glass, one tray is sufficient. However, it should be washed well in between uses. Question 24. Can a microwave be koshered if one wants to cook uncovered food of opposite types? Answer. Yes. However, unlike conventional ovens, microwaves cannot be koshered simply by turning them on high, because running a microwave without food inside generates no heat. It is necessary to kosher the microwave and remove any taste previously absorbed into the walls through steam. The procedure is as follows. Clean the oven well, removing any splatters or food particles. 2. Place half a bowl of water inside the microwave oven and run it on high for approximately 10 minutes so that the water boils and the microwave fills with steam. Question 25. What if one mistakenly used a dairy or meat microwave for the opposite type of food without covering it? Answer. A Rav should be consulted. This all refers to a microwave which does not have a heating element. For a microwave with a heating element, this form of koshering is not sufficient, and it should therefore be treated as a regular oven. Okay, everybody, that's chapter 8. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you will stay tuned for more. Have a great day. Bye.